Alright, YouTube, so welcome back to 13th episode of Stonedknowledge podcast.
Oh yeah.
So we've been having some difficulties with the fucking hard drives and bullshit. Like, y'all know, we be doing long pods and shit. And this episode, like, I'm gonna tell y'all now, this is, in my opinion, our best one. This is our best one now.
In my opinion, I didn't speak for partial most of the time because the debate was so fire, bro.
Y'all have seen the title, Luka the Liberal. We have finally brought on someone on the pod that does not have, like, similar political views as me and Kyron. So, it was a debate. This podcast is a debate. And on the fucking hard drive, we literally not only lost this podcast, but the podcast with the homie filming it right now, Jaden. We filmed the whole pod with him. Lost that shit. And everything else was on the hard drive. I literally had every video I've ever filmed saved on this hard drive. But we were able to recover the audio from this pod as well as one angle from Jaden's pod. So we still have some of these pods. So that's why this pod is just going to be audio only. And the audio isn't that good for me and Kyron. You guys will be able to hear Luka well. I talk pretty loud, so you'll be able to hear me. And Kyron didn't talk that much, so yeah.
And there was a point where I did walk out. So it was also my first fucking walkout. Like the podcast in general's first walkout.
Yeah, I can't remember why.
Because, bro, it was so fucking hot in there. While we were
just gonna leave it. You guys will see.
Yeah. No, well, they won't see it, but they'll hear it.
You'll hear it.
They'll hear it.
But no, so first audio only. And yeah, fucking. Yeah. Good pod. In my opinion, this is our best pod. What do you think? Best pod?
I mean, in my opinion, it's going to be a little biased, but bro, I barely spoke, and I had the walkout, you know what I mean? So it wasn't my hottest take.
This was but like, the content.
The content itself overall...
Gold.
Content was gold.
This is a very good pod, my favorite, personal favorite. Yeah, we're about to just jump right into this pod, and I hope you guys enjoy first audio only.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Yes, sir.
Enjoy the pod.
Yeah, let's get it.
Alright, boys. Cheers.
Alright, spark her up. To the 13th episode? Yeah, 13th. Welcome back to the 13th episode of the Stonedknowledge podcast. You already know. We got our third guest. Homie Luka.
That's me.
You already know.
Congratulations.
You already know. So, shit, how you feeling, Luka?
I'm feeling good. We've been fucking recording videos all night.
Yeah.
Getting high as fuck, just chilling out here, you know? It's been a fucking good night.
You already know, we've been smoking hella keef. I did like a whole vlog. I've been vlogging tonight.
Bro, don't we have more keef in here? Just fucking keef.
We have more keef in the pre-rolls and shit. But yeah, so that vlog's gonna be coming out tomorrow. If you're watching this the day it comes out on my channel. But yeah, I just wanted to bring the homie Luka on just cause like I've known you. I feel like we went to the same school or like we've known each other for a while. Just cause like our parents know each other.
For sure.
But we became friends in like high school.
Fucking music history.
Yeah.
Bro, I got some fucking stories about music history. It's like fucking
Mr. Craig?
Yeah, Mr. Craig.
Yeah, fucking Mr. Craig, bro. I remember, because, like, Eternal Take's, like, a pretty legendary album. And, bro, everybody remembers, everyone remembers.
This is a core memory for me.
Literally,
as
bro.
well. No, I remember this.
Like, you'll see it on IG and shit, but everyone be saying this, but, like, everyone will...
Bless you.
Thank you. But, like, everyone be remembering, or, like, saying, like, oh, I remember exactly where I was when I listened to EA when it dropped, because he randomly dropped that shit when most people were at school on Monday. And I was in motherfucking music history with the homie Luka.
Oh my god.
Didn't have any AirPods or anything.
No, it dropped on Spotify first. And you were like looking for it on Apple Music, and I was like, nah, bro. Here's the Spotify password.
So we use your shit
yeah.
on my phone, and we just plugged that shit in, and we listened to the whole album, bro. That shit was fire. Like, it's just a core memory for sure.
It was just like,
that shit.
Yeah, I just remember like you running up to me and being like, "Bro, EA just dropped. EA just dropped," and I was like, "What the fuck?" And like,
bro,
just
I was
us
fucking
sitting in
I know,
class.
bro. It's the same thing whenever Uzi released his new album, or his recent EP.
Yeah.
Bro, same thing, bro. Hype just fucking like, bro, you heard it yet? Have you fucking heard it?
Bro, it's like Uzi's the goat, bro.
It's,
Uzi is the
I don't know. He's a very good. No, Uzi's good.
So
Here
that's
we
the
go.
topic. That's the
Here we
topic
go.
because like that's one thing we would talk about hella is just like music and shit.
Mhm.
And like we both have similar tastes.
Hey, it was a blow off, but music history for a reason.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean?
But like, yeah, we just talk about our own shit. But like, I feel like we have similar tastes in like newer artists. Like we both listen
Oh,
to like
yeah.
Juice and Trippy and like all that
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
But like when it comes to our like
I feel like
actual,
our top tier favorite rappers are
like
very
that's
different.
when it gets different. And like
It's like our
favorite-
top 10 is very same up until like you hit like top 4, and then
Yeah.
it like completely switches.
So
into,
I
like,
think that's what I want to start with. Is like, bro, what's your top 5 of all time?
top 5 all time. So like
Greatest artists of all time.
greatest artists of all time. So like, this is fucking hard. You just put me on the spot on this one. 5.
And you don't have to do it in a specific order. If that makes it easier.
5 is maybe like Juice WRLD, just like modern era. I haven't listened to Juice in a minute, but like God, I fucking love Juice WRLD freshman, sophomore year.
You gotta
Just,
start listening, like tapping in his leaks and shit.
Bro,
I know. You posted a fucking bunch of them, so.
Yeah, all the reaction shit. Tap in,
yeah.
tap in.
So Juice, and then like, I don't know. Hate me if you want, but like Drake maybe number 4.
Hey, I respect that.
Hey, whatever you want to say about Drake, man knows he's the chart hitter for a reason. Like he knows how to make music for everyone.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, I mean, like,
what,
I don't know.
Real quick though, what do you think about his recent album?
Fucking awful. Jimmy Cook's last song on the album, banging.
Yeah,
that song,
that's what I said.
that song was
song.
so good.
Basically, what I'm hearing is you guys are saying 21 Savage carried Drake's last
Yeah,
song.
no, completely.
He,
I mean, like,
And
there's no
21
argument.
Savage is from the same generation as Uzi. They're in the same XXL
Uzi always
class.
has to be tied in.
hey, well, that's like you can't compare that fucking XXL class. That is the best
The
XXL
greatest
class
XXL
ever.
class of all time.
by like miles. By,
XXL's
like,
fallen off since then.
of course, yeah.
You know XXL.
I've been watching some of the XXL.
You remember the 2016?
He knows the 2016 one.
I've
Everyone
seen
knows
it.
that one.
I've seen it.
Everyone knows it. I'm just making sure.
That's so
I'm just making
good.
sure. But yeah, bro, that shit. Yeah, but like you had Kodak, 21, Uzi,
Denzel Curry and Yachty.
and Yachty. I really don't be listening to Denzel. No.
I mean, his verse on that song was fire.
Yeah, the
It's
whole
like
thing is
the only-
fire.
Exactly.
I just don't listen to him.
And it's like Denzel's a fucking fire ass rapper. It's just don't be listening to
Uzi's
him.
bars was hard.
Yeah.
Yachty's bar was hard. Kodak, bro, it was
We got off topic though, so like,
Okay.
back to your.
So 4 is probably Drake. 3, Tyler.
Creative. Not
That's
bad.
respect.
His song with Youngboy, bro.
Yeah.
That shit is hard.
If we're no,
And his
that
song
song
with
is
Uzi.
gas. Yeah, no, he's got a fuck ton. I mean, like, Call Me If You Get Lost. It won Rap Album of the Year last year for a reason.
Yeah,
And if we're
good.
talking, and then like for my top 2, if we're talking best rapper of all time, it's Kendrick Lamar. If we're talking, so my number 1 is Kendrick for rappers. Number 2 would be Kanye. But if we're
Kanye.
talking best producer of all time, it's Kanye West.
Bro, I got a lot of respect for Kanye. Not even as an artist, just I fuck with Kanye.
I
I
mean,
fuck with Kanye heavy.
he's yeah.
Like, bro,
He's a
I
fucking
swear to
creative
God,
genius.
if I could take a trip with one like celebrity, I would pick Kanye. And there's a lot of other artists that I fuck with way more than Kanye. I don't even really be listening to
Yeah.
his music. God damn it. I really don't be listening to his music, but like Kanye is like yeah, he's like a genius. But, like he's also like just smart as fuck. He's a musical genius, but he's also smart as fuck in general.
Yeah.
Like I feel like just to pick his mind type shit.
Yeah, I mean, recently he's kind of done some shit where it's like,
I mean, all the shit. If you're talking all this shit with like fucking his like kids and Kim and whatever,
it was a bit odd, and like I was,
bro, that's just some shit that like I feel like
No.
anyone that would in that position
would do something similar.
I for sure agree that like it's just like a divorce, but you put paparazzi on it and it looks crazier. And like I personally think that paparazzi should be illegal. Like that shit is just
I
crazy.
agree with that, bro.
That shit is
It's
just
so
crazy.
weird, bro.
It's like if that was a regular
I think.
person.
Well, I don't think it should be illegal.
Yeah.
I think it should be. I think it should be regulated.
Yeah.
Like they shouldn't be. Like there's this one clip that I saw on TikTok of like Justin Bieber, and he had already given, it was Hollywood Fix. He had already given bro a whole interview and like talked to him everything he would need, but he kept following him around. So like, I feel like at that point it becomes like, all right, why are you following me, bro? And Justin literally came up and said that. He was like, all right, what do you need? What do you need now? Like I gave you the interview, I gave you this, and like, so like I feel like it should be regulated. Where like I don't know, like you
Yeah,
see what I'm
no, I
saying?
understand what
I
you
definitely
mean.
think it should be regulated. They shouldn't be
'Cause it
going
serves
up
a
to their
cause.
fucking house.
Yeah,
Well, it's
yeah,
like
That's
yeah.
like
it's
one
like, you ever
thing.
seen the clip of like Kanye where it's like 5 a.m. and there's a paparazzi?
Yeah,
outside
and he
his
goes,
house, and
man.
he's like, what the like?
Why
Good
are you
morning,
outside this
Kanye.
man's
It's like,
house?
shut the fuck up. It's like I would say that if someone was outside of my house at 5 a.m. It's
Yeah.
like, bro,
It's
just
a little weird.
it's just because you have a camera on him, it makes the situation look bad. But it's like a lot of rational people would react in that way, and it's like that's kind of the iffy part of paparazzi. And it's like, yeah, I don't know.
It's pretty ass, but a lot of them just have zero respect for
Exactly.
celebrities. You know
It's
what I
like-
mean?
Well, it's also like we hold celebrities on such a weird pedestal in America, especially with like.
It is weird, bro. There was this shit. My bad to interrupt. But like, there was this video I was watching, and I was talking to Kyron about it, I think. I don't think I've brought it up in the podcast, but I wanted to bring it up. I just didn't want to like force it. But like, bro, this is perfect because like it has to do with that shit. Where like mainly YouTube. How
Yeah.
people will have the YouTubers that they watch, and it's like their favorite YouTubers. And I feel like all of us can relate to this because we all watch YouTube.
Yeah.
But you almost build like a relationship with them.
Yeah.
You're watching their content. And I'm trying to remember, my fucking stoner memory is kind of failing me, but the video, it's like called a parasocial relationship.
Yeah.
Parasocial relationship, and it's really weird because it's like you watch people through these videos and you feel like you know them, but that person doesn't know who the fuck you are.
No, yeah.
And like you feel like you have this relationship with them when in reality you don't. So it's a weird thing. Like I'm not saying it's like bad. It can become bad. That's how like stalkers.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
shit. It's not a bad thing because like we're doing fucking YouTube and like we want to grow an audience. So like it can be used for like good things and like it's not a bad thing.
But there is a
But it's
point
kind of weird.
where it can
Yeah,
be
once you
taken.
start showing up to
It's
our
a weird
house,
But it is
actually,
also, yeah, a weird thing to think about that just, like, you have put a lot of time, like, there's a YouTuber who you watch who, like, I don't know, like, fucking, I don't know, probably, like, Danny Duncan, like, whenever he drops a new video, I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, gotta watch that.
Yeah, I mean,
But
it's
he,
like them or the Note Boys. You feel like you know them, but then it's like, I met Danny. I actually met Danny. I talked about it on a podcast before. And it's like, you know, they're chill, but it's like, it's almost like I don't know, that shit is weird.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it.
Well, it's also, like, especially with someone who does, like, vlog content, where it can be, like, you're getting a peek into their life, can be also a little bit different, where it's like, I see every part of your day.
I mean,
Yeah.
but that's the thing, though. You don't see every part of it.
Yeah.
Like, whenever we make our videos, like, there'd be like a lot of shit.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You've been behind the scenes wondering.
No,
But
yeah.
there's a lot of shit that goes into it, and you don't see everything. But,
Yeah.
Still recording?
still cool.
For some reason, the flash turned off on all of them, but they're all recording still.
I know, I saw that, I was like,
Alright, we're Gucci. We just won't know if they stop recording. Fuck it.
huh?
But anyways, my bad.
No, I forgot what I was gonna say anyways.
So yeah, your top 5. You put, who was your first one? Kendrick.
Kendrick number 1.
So we were talking about this a little bit before we started the podcast, but bruh. And like you were trying to argue this and that, but because what was Kendrick's most recent album?
Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
Big Steppers, right?
Saw it live.
And
on
that came
tour.
out this
Shit
year?
slapped. Yeah, it came out
And
May 13th.
you're trying to say it's like as good as Damn, or no?
Maybe not as good as Damn. I'd say Damn is the most listenable Kendrick album. Like, you can just listen to it and just, like, an average music listener can enjoy it.
That's true.
Someone who like doesn't really know Kendrick that well can just enjoy it. Damn, like Up Front is like the best Kendrick album. To Pimp a Butterfly, I think is the best rap album of all time. And it's like, okay, sorry to get off track. But like
Hold on.
Damn is a really good album, and it's like Mr. Morale is like 8.5, maybe even like 8 out of 10 album.
All right, okay. So that's your rating, right? 8.5.
8.5.
Okay.
Maybe
So-
even 9 now. Honestly, it's probably
So-
bumped up to a 9 now the more that I've listened to it.
Okay.
The type of album it is, the more you listen to it, the better it gets.
Okay. So all right, 9 out of 10. Listen to this. Youngboy, and this is where it gets different. Youngboy is in my top 5 of greatest artists of all time, and I explained that earlier. I guess since it was off pod, I'll explain it again. But basically, Youngboy dropped, and a lot of y'all know listening to this if y'all listen to Youngboy. But Youngboy dropped the last Slamito, and it was the last album under his contract. They just signed his shit deal, and I did a reaction to that shit, and I rated that shit. I can't remember the exact rating, but it was like around 9.5. And y'all can watch my reaction and check back and actually see. But that is a higher rating than what you rated Kendrick's album at. And I'm confidently saying, bro, the last Slamito is album of the year. Drake's album wasn't shit. Kendrick's album, it's like whatever the Kendrick fans want to say, and then just bring up Damn. And then it's like they can't say shit. And then it's like, all right.
Okay, but it's like, I mean, you brought up Damn. It's like,
it's a good album, bro. It was not a bad album. 9 out of 10 is a solid rating. The Youngboy album was just better.
it's like
I mean, it's hard to compare them, though.
exactly because
the
two
Youngboy
completely
album
different
had-
sides of
well,
rappers, though.
That and also, well, they're both goats. But Youngboy had 30 songs, so it's just too much competition for Kendrick.
Kendrick had fucking 19.
Because
20
Kyron can
albums.
agree with me on this. He's been a little quiet over there. But Youngboy came in with heat on every track. Out of all 30 tracks. Am I capping?
He did come with the straight heat. But see, we
And
were
you-
talking about this shit earlier. You just can't compare them, though. It's so
Exactly.
hard to compare them, bro. So,
All right.
compare.
Well, whoever. I'm not comparing. I'm just saying album of the year. Who has album of the year?
Kendrick.
Who do you think, Kyron?
I definitely don't think Kendrick.
Youngboy.
I
Youngboy!
don't even know. I don't even know
why be
about
better?
him, bro.
Yeah, why be better? Why be better?
I'm really fucking with the Uzi shit, though.
Uzi? Okay, Uzi, but it's an EP. It's not an album.
Okay.
I've been saying that. Uzi dropped EP of the year.
Need to
Didn't
listen
he
to
drop Sincerely Control this year?
Mm-mm.
Was that last year?
that. Okay, if we're counting everything as like all genres of rap, technically Beyonce's album is fire as fuck.
I did not even listen to that shit. Bro,
Bro, you
Youngboy-
have to listen to the Goats album when she drops it. Like,
Bro,
Yeah.
Youngboy was
Whatever
number
respect
one.
it.
Youngboy was number one on the charts, and then Beyonce's shit just. It's like,
I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't know Beyonce dropped it.
you see what I'm saying? It's
But
like, fuck.
I am now
It's
interested now that I know.
dog, it's a fire, man.
Yeah,
It's a good
it's-
album.
I'm interested.
Interesting. Sure.
Yeah. I don't know. Her album was really good though. Like very just like quality album.
I'm sure it's not bad. It's just it's hard for me to relate to female artists in general. No hate to it. Like on Youngboy's album, there's a song with the female artist, and on the reaction, I was explaining like the song's not bad. Just to me, I don't like it because it's not meant for me. It's meant for like a different audience. Like Youngboy was making that song with that female artist to tap into a new audience type shit. You know what I'm saying? To just get more fans, more listeners from a new audience that he hasn't tapped into yet.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the reason any artist does shit like that. Like,
Well, I feel like some artists have it different. Where it's like Tyler has a pretty large like female fan base, but he also does like features with like a lot of female creators.
I mean, Youngboy does too, though. Youngboy actually does have a large female
I
fan.
was a little surprised to see Youngboy hop on with Tyler Creator. Just a little bit.
Song was good.
I mean,
Song was good
it was
as fuck.
deserved though. Like Youngboy deserved that feature.
Yeah, but he hopped on that shit. I'm not gonna say he carried, but he carried.
He definitely
He
carried.
carried.
Youngboy definitely
As
carried.
soon as Youngboy came in, bro, I cranked my shit up all the way.
on the song with Tyler.
Which song is it? It's fucking.
What is it?
What's your
What's
name?
your name?
What's your name?
Yeah, what's
Oh, you look about nervous. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Tyler's verse.
What is it, man?
Tyler's verse is hard, but then Youngboy, bro.
It's just a really good song.
He starts spitting on.
Bro, Youngboy's part is fucking pure art, bro. Art at its finest. That shit is beautiful.
It's very good. It is really
It's fire.
good. I wouldn't say he carried, but his verse was definitely better. But, nah, I don't know. Album of the year will be interesting this year. Not at the Grammys. Grammys will probably go to Kendrick.
What's his name? Fucking, Travis. Travis is finna drop
Utopia would be nice.
and everyone's probably gonna say that's album of the year. And then Uzi's about to drop Pink Tape maybe this year. Everyone will probably think that's album of the year, and I might have to go with that. It might top the last Slamito, I don't know.
Hey, Nap might come through though.
Nah,
That was never came.
Not
through.
even in the conversation. Not even in the
Why
conversation.
you guys hate on Nap?
he's not bad. It's just we're talking about different levels of artists. We're talking about Uzi and Kendrick and Youngboy and Tyler and shit, and then you just throw Nav in there. It's like, all right, we talking about Lil Pump now and shit.
Hell no. I definitely don't think Nav is nowhere near Pump.
No, I
He's
was
way
trolling.
lower.
He's definitely way lower. I feel like Nav is like a Lil Mosey,
Almost like in there with Gunna and shit.
Lil Mosey and Gunna. Yeah,
They're like right there, you know what I mean?
No. I don't like Nav, I'm gonna be honest. I do not enjoy
Really?
his music, yeah.
you fuck with Gunna?
Yeah.
Gunna and Nav are on definitely the same level.
They're on this big level, bro. Donald Trump.
They give me similar vibes, yeah. But I don't know. Nav just sounds like he's talking into the void. Like literally every single time he raps, he's just like, I'm just like, bro,
it's hard, bro. And like, man, I know there's some other Nav fans out there, man.
Beebs in the
You guys-
Trap.
You guys gotta
That's a
talk.
bang.
You guys gotta back it up, bro. There's some absolute chat for these guys.
If there's any Nav, I mean, bro, Nav isn't, bro. I fuck with Nav. All of his songs with Uzi, fire, bro, fire.
Dude, you still haven't listened to Brown Boy yet.
I have. It's a good album. That's all I'll say. It's a good album.
Yeah.
Just like Kendrick's new album. It's a good album.
Great album.
It's a good album.
Pretty good album.
Pretty good, not bad. Youngboy's album. Top tier.
It's just where our opinions differ.
I guess.
I don't know. I guess if we compared all of like the Young Boy shit, I wouldn't say it's like his top tier. I don't know. Sincerely Control, that shit, that's like the top shit right there. I don't know.
Ayo, Youngboy.
I'm just saying last Slamito album of the year.
But yeah, this year
The last Slamito is, and I said this in my reaction, it's in the top 5 Youngboy albums. That's it. It's top 5.
Alright.
It's not his best though. But no, that kind of leads into another topic. What do you think? What's your top 5 albums? Top 5 albums.
Number 5, Take Care by Drake. It's a banging album. It's just Drake classic, probably the best Drake album. Maybe there's the I forget the name. I won't even try. Number 5 or 4 is probably probably College Dropout.
College Dropout, yup.
Valid ass album. Number 3, Good Kid, Mad City. Or no, wait. Number 5 is Igor by Tyler.
Okay, yeah. That was a good album.
It's a great album. Number 4 is fucking whatever I said. Stoner Brain. Good Kid, Mad City. 3 is Force Take Care. 3 is Good Kid, Mad City. 2 is no wait. God damn it. Getting the worst stoner brain right now.
Yeah, I feel it, bro. I feel it.
Okay. Number 5 is College Dropout. 4 is Igor. 3 is Good Kid, Mad City. 2 is Kanye's My Dark, Beautiful, Twisted Fantasy. And number 1 is To Pimp a Butterfly.
For sure.
But honestly, you could flip-flop the top 2. And they go back and forth depending on how I'm feeling.
Yeah, it's definitely where our opinions differ. Are any of those in your top 5? Yeah.
What are your guys' top 5? Noah, you go first, and then Kyron on hear yours.
Shit.
Yeah, exactly. You never expect the guest to ask a question back.
I'm gonna have to say. Bro. Alright. I'm gonna have to say. Question mark. Question mark. Death Race for Love. Question mark at 5. Death Race for Love at 3. Sincerely Control. No. No. AI Youngboy 2 at 4. So 5 is, what'd I say? 5 is question mark. 4 is AI Youngboy 2. 3 is Death Race for Love. 2, what would 2 be? 2 would be.
I just know it's going to be some Uzi.
That's what I was about to say. So there's no Uzi on the list. I feel like I know what number 1 is.
What do you think number 1 is?
Goodbye and Good Riddance.
No.
No?
He's rethinking his whole list now.
Yeah.
He's like, oh shit.
No, Death Race for Love is a better album.
Really?
And I put that in, yes.
It is better.
I put that, because Goodbye and Good Riddance isn't even a complete album. It's not an actual album, it's like
True.
yeah. But Death Race for Love, what I put that out of 3. So yeah. And then 2 is Alright, 2 is Life's a Trip
That's a good one.
by Trippy.
It's a great one.
And number 1,
Return
I already
to
fucking know. Hell no. Love is Rage 2. Love is Rage 2. The greatest album of all time. Love is Rage 2. Y'all know. Spam W in the comments. Love is Rage 2. Love is Rage 2.
It's a good album.
Greatest album of all
It's a
time.
Good
It's
ass.
a great album.
Love is Rage 2.
I'd go as far as say it's a great
That's a
album.
good list. Love is Rage 2. What did I put number 2 at? Love is Rage 2. Life's a Trip. And then Goodbye and Good Riddance. No.
Death Race for Love.
Death Race for Love. Death Race for Love.
So Love is Rage 2. Life's a Trip. Death. Nah.
No, Death Race for
No.
Love, and then AI.
And then no. I'm gonna have to switch that. Love is Rage 2 is number 1, and then Death Race for Love is number 2, and then Life's a Trip, and then AI Youngboy 2, and then question mark. That's a fucking goated album list right there. If you can listen to any other music for the rest of your life except for those 5 albums, you're good. All right, your turn, Kai.
Kyron's turn.
Top 5 greatest albums of all time in your opinion.
I've been over here thinking about it. Top 5. Number 5 is probably gonna have to be. Let's see. I'm gonna have to say like the Scorpio Drake album. I'm pretty sure it's called Scorpio.
Scorpion.
Scorpion.
Yeah, it's a good album.
The shit was hard.
Of course, you threw some Drake in there.
I had to, that's good culture. But number 4.
And Noah, you want to do a trade ski? Sorry to cut you off, Kyron. Keep going.
You're calling number 4. It's probably gonna have to be shit. Bro, I've changed it over time. Bro, it's
Yeah, it's just right now.
I'm gonna have to throw Gunna in there this time. Gunna for number 4. Well, I forgot the name of the album. I think it was Wanna or some shit.
Okay, yeah, wanna.
Yeah, I think so. And then number what? Number 3.
Yeah, those you named 2, right? Drake and then Gunna.
Drake, Gunna. I'll have to throw Nav in the number 3 spot for sure.
Which album?
Brown Boy.
Brown Boy.
Brown Boy, bro.
All right, number 2.
That's
Number
crazy.
2. I'm gonna have to throw Uzi in the number 2 spot for sure.
Which album? Love Is Rage 2.
Is that like the 2016?
Dropped in 2017. It's a great cover where he's like,
With the off-white.
Yeah, that one's good. That one's good, but like, no, it's the one where like it's black and in space. You know, which one? There?
oh, that's Lucy Vert. No, that's fuck. Perfect Love Tape.
Yeah, that's
God
number.
damn
That's
it.
number 2. I fuck with that hella. Number 1. Wow,
Best album of all time, Kyron. What is it?
best album of all time. I didn't throw any Juice WRLD in there, but like, dude, it's just because it's 5. Alright. I fuck with Juice WRLD, but I've been listening to the leaks a lot. I fuck with the leaks a lot. So I'm just gonna say that. So Juice WRLD, you know what I mean? If you drop those leaks, I'll throw those in there. Just wanna make it clear. So I feel bad for not throwing them in there. But I'm
So
about to
number
say
1.
Sincerely Control for sure.
Really?
Sincerely Control. That shit was hard.
Amazing album.
Hard.
In my opinion, AI Youngboy 2 is like his most. It's just because I had the best memories when that album came out. Plus, it's a legendary album. AI Youngboy 2, bro.
That's what I think.
Is that the one that came out?
Fall Break.
Yeah, that one's good.
Fall.
Wait. I want to sub one out. I want to sub Gun out because I just thought about something.
Good idea.
Life's a trip.
Life's a trip. I'm
Life's
telling
a
you,
trip. Yeah, because
It's a
bro,
great album.
it's a
I
good fucking
remember
album.
riding the bus, bro, getting into just fucking from home, just vibing.
I said Life's a trip, didn't I? Yeah. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, life's a trip.
What was it, 2018?
Yeah.
Maybe?
So I wasn't driving, man. So it was definitely 2018.
Yeah, that was a legendary fucking album.
Legendary. From start to finish.
Oh yeah, there's no misses on that
You
album.
don't skip.
No.
You skip your.
Trip at Night, not bad either.
Trippy Nut is the number 2 spot. If we're talking about Trippy Red,
Yeah,
it's
fact.
number 2 spot.
Because it was supposed to be,
What about fucking
It was supposed to-
Love Letter to You 3?
and 4,
3 was good.
and 2.
2 was really good. 1 was also fucking amazing.
It was all good. It's hard to put a number on it.
Yeah, Trippy's a really good artist. Underrated.
Understood.
Still, I feel like everyone be, oh, Trippy fell off.
He used
It's
to.
because he dropped a rock album and then Trip at Night's hella experimental. It's like when he drops A Love Letter to You, what, 5?
Yeah.
It's the last A Love Letter to You. He said he's just gonna like non-experimental shit, just solid Trippy Red music.
Hey man, I
feel like that
use
shit's
some
gonna
of
go
that
up.
after a minute.
Literally, like that shit. Like artists know what they're doing. Like this dude Uzi, taking his time on Pink Tape, and then he just dropped a bunch of the old songs that he was never even gonna drop anyway. All the fans have been hyping up for like years since there's snippets for it. And, like just to put that in a little EP, just like hold the fans over. Shit's smart.
No, I got a bit of a odd question for you.
What is that?
What do you think of Uzi identifying as they them now? Did you hear about that?
I feel like he just did it when he was high as fuck or something. And like
I mean, I feel like
it had something to do with like promo because everyone started talking about it and then he dropped it, the EP.
I feel like it's just like I don't know.
Because
If any
Uzi's
rapper,
a really, really smart. Like he doesn't promote shit in a normal way. He like does it like all weird like that.
I don't feel like it's a promotion thing though. Like I feel like, especially like Uzi is a rapper that I could definitely see like identifying like that because like.
I mean, it fits his thing and shit.
Wears more like flambastic clothing and stuff like that.
But like, I don't think he actually wants people like his girl, JT. I really don't think she be calling like referring to him as they them like that, like and just closed doors, no cameras, like you know what I'm saying, like I don't know. I feel like it was timed perfectly where like he did it, and then everyone, all the news outlets and all the like that community and like everyone was talking about it because anything Uzi does, like people post it in news pages and shit, and it's like that is promo because like it's not looked at as official promo, but whenever Uzi does something like that and everyone starts talking about him, that's promo.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's promo. They be doing that shit.
No, I agree that like it's promo for your name, but also
like whenever Uzi went on stage like back in 2018 and said like, oh. Everyone here, like everyone's going to hell with me type shit. You guys
already heard the song. You listen to all the music.
You coming right with me type shit. Like everyone's seen that.
That shit had me tweaked out.
It went fucking viral though, and everyone was talking about him, and everyone was listening to his fucking music and saying, "Oh, he's devil worship for this and that." He was fucking going viral, bro. You really think he just said that like, "Oh, I'm gonna say this shit," or like, "Oh, he's an actual devil worshiper"? No. He's not a devil worshiper. People actually think he's for real. He's not a devil worshiper.
He's probably just fucking.
He said that shit. He said that shit because it fits his aesthetic. It fit the album that he dropped. It fits the theme.
Yeah.
Plus, everyone talked about it. That's promo. Free promo right there. Free fucking promo. He doesn't have to go on interviews and do all the normal promotion. He just has to do like a lot of artists are like that. Like Kanye. Kanye be doing a weird promo like that.
Kanye, man.
Kanye's
what's his quote on it? Don't do no press, but I get the most press. It's like
exactly. It's like any form where the internet is talking about you, that is promotion.
Yeah.
Even if you're getting canceled, because people blow up, get hell followers, and they get canceled.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of the people.
Yeah, so you get a lot of hate.
Well, they get a lot of hate, but then
a lot of them lose followers and like
well,
subscribers, especially on YouTube. A lot of people.
I mean, it depends
those.
on what it is. But if someone's just getting canceled for like some liberal bullshit, they didn't actually do anything wrong. What happens is they get all this hate right from that side, and then they all forget about that person and move on in a little bit. But what that did is it brought a bunch of attention to that person, and like it sort of sifts out, and like all of the like normal level-headed people find this new person through them being canceled. They're like, yo, this dude actually didn't do anything wrong. He's a pretty chill channel, and then they eventually start subscribing to him. It's happened in many scenarios.
Yeah, it depends on like what.
It depends on what they get canceled for. You know what I'm saying?
You kind of have to think about it like. This is a question I was going to ask you. Do you know who Andrew Tate is?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of like Andrew Tate. He's kind of like been canceled multiple times. You know what I mean? The more that these people keep talking about him, like, he just gets fucking bigger and bigger.
Yeah. What's your opinion on him? What do you think about him?
What do I think about Andrew Tate? Personally, I fuck with him. Some of the shit he says is like, you know, a little out there, but like he be spitting some facts like here and there, and then like he'll hit you like left field, like that bitch ain't making you a fucking sandwich, like
yeah.
You know what I mean, I'm like, damn,
that's.
I
don't know.
Like I would love for a female making a sandwich, but like damn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. A lot of like my problem with him is like his past, and like he has a big past of like, you know how he lives in Romania.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of shit about him, like scamming and shit.
He used to have like, or allegedly used to have like a sex trafficking ring in Britain, and that's why he moved out to Romania. And there's a lot of people who like alleged a lot of shit against him, and like there's like a 21-year-old bartender in the U.S. who like said that he was like on a private flight with her, and she just like couldn't leave, and like I don't know. He's kind of a sketchy dude, and also like. Okay, Andrew Tate, he's a great entertainer. He knows how to get eyes on him, and he's fucking amazing at that. But also, he knows how to make money. And Hustlers University, as much as you...
It's genius.
It's a pyramid
the
scheme.
Pyramid scheme.
It's a pyramid scheme.
It's the perfect pyramid scheme. I think it's pretty genius. I mean, the way I look at Andrew Tate, bro, it's like he's probably a pretty, whatever guy, whatever it is you're talking about. But it's like, he'll be saying shit that anyone would agree with. Like, oh, I think women should have rights. Or, something that anyone would agree with, right? And then he'll go on and say something insanely fucked, insane, right? And like, he does that because it's easily clippable, and that shit just goes fucking viral. It's like, just like what I was saying, it's like, everyone will talk about you, everyone will cancel you, but that's how you fucking blow up. That's how you can blow up. You do shit that's looked as stupid as fuck, controversial, or something that a lot of people won't agree with. But then what happens is, since he's saying shit that anyone would agree with, people will hear that, and they'll be like, yeah, this dude's fucking genius. And then the crazy shit that we'll say will sort of either just fly over their heads, or they'll be like, yeah. You know what I mean? Which, like, I'm not saying I don't agree with everything he says. It's just I see what he's doing.
That's
like,
what
I
I'm
watch
saying.
it and I see what he's doing. Like, it's smart.
He's like it's just a character. You know
No,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
No, I mean, like,
He's a genius. He's a genius at entertaining. He knows what
Oh,
will
yeah.
go viral. He knows exactly
Oh,
what
for
will go
sure.
viral.
it's definitely, like,
And like I've been watching like hell videos recently because like he's all over his
Yeah,
fucking.
it's
Click
like-
on one video, bro.
Yeah.
I clicked on one video on Andrew Tate. My whole feed
I've just
is
been
Andrew
like,
Tate.
gotta hit him with dislikes at some point.
I mean,
like,
I'm
get
just
him
gonna
out of my
click.
fucking
Yeah,
feed.
don't fucking give me your shit
Yeah.
no more. You know what I mean? But he is like shit. I lost my train of thought.
Talking about Andrew Tate, you're talking about.
Yeah, I was going somewhere with that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know. His overall, like I was saying, his plan is like pretty fucking genius though.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And like
But if you fall for Hustlers University, you're pretty fucking stupid.
yeah, just
Like-
don't fall for the fucking act because like, that's all it is an act.
So many
He's
people
just
have done
making
it.
money.
No, so many people have
So-
done it. It's just they haven't done it like he did. Like fucking Jake Paul has done it before. A lot of YouTubers
Yeah.
have done it, and it's like it's always like.
But like
some
you were
sort of-
saying, how he like says relatable shit and then like says some off-topic shit. Like he had a fucking kickboxing career before this and shit, and like
Yeah.
has a reputable way of making money. So it's like he can seem like, I got rich like this. I got my Bugattis and I'm a top
What color
G.
is your Bugatti?
Exactly, I'm a real top G like this. But it's like,
I mean, like real life though, he you can't deny he's
Bro,
a top G.
He can say he's a top G
he
only
makes
once,
his money.
but step into the fucking dab room, he can't fucking out dab me.
You're not a dab
fucking
G.
Who's the fucking top G now? You know what I'm
Who
saying?
can take the most G's? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
It's like I challenge top G to a fucking top G smoke off, and we're gonna see
Exactly.
who's the real fucking top G.
Snoop Dogg.
Hear that, Andrew Tate?
Snoop Dogg, Steve will do it.
Anybody
Yo,
can get it.
speaking of Steve will do it, got fucking banned on all platforms, and I think, I mean, it's pretty tough.
Yeah, it's
Pretty tough. But I feel like
The only reason that I could see he got banned for was his like gambling shit.
it's for no reason. They did
It
nothing.
definitely
wrong.
wasn't the gambling shit because they're still like literally Milk was still promoting State.
Yeah.
Like they were like, yeah, get me. Like it's definitely not gambling shit.
But like I sort of, I feel like a lot of people have talked about that shit. So like we could sort of brief over that because I don't know how long until this pod is gonna drop. But as far as that shit, like I feel like it's a good time to start going into the political area. And
Did you hear about fucking Alex Jones' lawsuit?
I did.
How it was against the Sandy Hook kids or the families of some of them. That was fucking crazy. He got sued for like $51 million.
What do you think about that? Because I don't know much about it, but from an outside perspective, it's like all he did was like report on it and like uncover shit.
Well, it was more of like a
Theories
slander.
and shit
It was more of a
on-
slander way where he was like spreading the theories, knowing that like.
But the media does shit like that all the time too. Why aren't they like he? It's just the same thing. It's like.
But it's a different type
Freedom-
of thing where
freedom
it's
of
like
press.
it's a proven like okay. You can say whatever you want about like press, but like Sandy Hook did happen, like Parkland did, like all those school
Yeah,
shootings
that's
did
what I'm saying.
happen.
I don't know
But
much
it's like
nobody said.
the reason that like he was on trial was because like he said that those like weren't happening, and then like was sending hate over to the family. Like his followers would like go and like send hate threats to like the families of like people who their kids just got fucking shot in a school, and was like.
Wait, so why did he think that the shooting didn't happen?
There were just a bunch of theories around it, just like in the fucking like QAnon sphere and shit.
But I
like
just
that.
feel like people shouldn't be punished for theories, though.
But that's like slander.
Even if
like
no, but
okay,
listen,
I
listen,
agree with,
listen,
like the freedom
listen,
of speech.
listen,
but, like,
listen. Even though, like, they tried to do this with Trump too. It's like just because he tweeted something and a bunch of people went and did some dumb shit, unless he didn't. Did Trump fucking tweet storm the White House?
Yeah, but he
did not. He did not tweet that.
But you know your power. It's like, I mean, like, it's a fucking Spider-Man quote. It sounds dumb, but like, with great power comes great responsibility.
It's
man.
no-
like you have
me-
to know what you.
Me and Kyron film YouTube videos of us smoking large amounts of weed, and then it's like we don't recommend it unless you like just be doing that already. It's like, but we still
Unless
do
it's
it.
legal for you.
Well, if someone were to go, it's like this is the thing. It's like if you owned a liquor company, and most people bought your products, like a bunch of people bought your products, and they all just loved it. They loved having a good time, drinking it, getting fucked up. But then a small percentage are alcoholics that buy your product. Are you gonna let that affect how you run your business? And like, is that gonna pull you down and be like, damn, I feel bad for this one guy
I mean,
that
maybe.
buys my fucking seltzer?
It depends. Like, there's some bars that like.
But you
won't
can't run a
give-
business like that.
I mean, some people do though. It's like
And I feel like some bars eventually.
just won't give you any more drinks. And
Yeah,
they'll
we'll
just,
kick
like,
you out
They'll
if-
kick
if
you
you're,
out.
like,
Well, that's
fucking
different though.
rowdy and
That's
shit,
different
you
though.
know.
That's different though. I'm talking about like the companies that sell the fucking booze. People can just go buy that shit from a store and drink as much as they want.
They won't question shit, bro.
Well,
They keep
like,
selling.
The difference between like, I don't know.
And alcoholics will buy that shit.
The difference between like someone spreading a theory on the internet and like, I don't know, Trump saying some shit or like Alex Jones saying some shit is that they have like known followers, and also like
Because they're trying to make it where.
also like a lot of theories on the internet do drive shit to happen in real life.
Yeah,
Like,
but
like the Buffalo shooting was a lot caused by like the guy being in like deep states and being in like those just like dark circles that can cause that, and then like becoming like super racist because of it, and then like shooting up a black supermarket. It's
well,
like
it's a problem when people talk about conspiracy theory and these things are bad in general, because it's like people want to regulate that shit, and it's like
it depends on what you mean by conspiracy.
Well, people
theory,
wanna regulate
because some
that shit.
conspiracy theories are true. Like
well that's why I'm saying that shit is important. It's important that people are able to talk about shit and
but I feel like
theorize shit and question things. People should have a right to do that.
I agree, but like the problem with what Alex Jones was doing was he was like stating it practically like fact. Oh, excuse me. And
But the media, whenever the media gets something wrong, they just have to like make a correctment. Like if it's on the newspaper, they just have to correct it. If it's in the news, they just put a segment where they're like, all right, we were wrong on this, blah blah blah.
I mean,
And that's a
yeah,
real
like-
law. That's a real thing. And what's the difference between a YouTuber going and reporting things that the media does, or an Instagram account posting new like news related things?
Well, first of all, their
Or
fan
no.
bases are a lot smaller.
Or-
like Alex Jones, whenever
or
Sandy
Alex
Hook
Jones
was
does that shit.
happening, he had like hundreds of thousands of viewers weekly. Like,
Well, people want to say the same thing about Joe Rogan. How millions of people listen to Joe Rogan, but his shit is literally a fucking podcast. Two people sitting there and talking about shit. And a lot of times,
well, that's
Nope.
the other thing. Like, Alex Jones presents himself as a political commentator, so he's like, what I am saying is like researched fact. Like, a lot of people like look at him kind of like someone like Tucker Carlson or like just someone in the like I don't know. I don't watch the fucking news.
But what happens is with freedom of speech is you can say something and it's not true, and that is completely legal. That's completely legal. The people that listen to it and don't do their research to see if it's true or not, it is their fault, and it is they're responsible for whatever actions they commit based on their conclusion to not do more research.
well, here's where the problem
Not
comes
educating
in,
themselves.
is like whenever you have someone like Alex Jones who is speaking to a fan base that is pretty much already like super far right, like pretty in line with his beliefs, like getting a lot of the information that he is saying from the same sources he is, they will do their research. Like they'll go do their own research, but those will be in like false places like fucking 4chan or some shit like that. Like where the research that they are reading is like, yeah, the Sandy Hook was staged and shit like that. And so like
Well, that's a whole nother topic about the media and shit, or like not the media, but like how, like bro, like if you go to like Google
like Google is a fucked like way to like do research, and like I've been using a different like it's called Brave, but like because like Google, if you were to Google something on one person's phone, and then you were to go to another person's phone that's a completely different type of person, Google the same question, you would get different results. You know what I'm saying? Everyone sort of knows that, but it's like it's pretty fucked to think about. Like if you're a fucking insane redneck and you Google something and it'll tell you this, versus if you're a fucking like person like Luka that thinks that gun control is the solution, then like it's gonna show up something different on Google, and it's like that shit is pretty fucked because it's like people can't do proper research anymore. It's become difficult for people to actually properly educate themselves.
Yeah, we fucking box this place.
We have boxes,
Yeah,
please.
it's hot boxed for sure.
But that kind of leads us into another topic because I know me and Kyron agreed on this. We did a whole podcast called like gun control
I
or
did
something.
watch that. Yeah.
And Luka happens to disagree. I had a whole like 2-hour conversation with him a while ago, a long time ago. And
like that's the reason we decided to do the podcast.
Yeah,
like it was
fact.
fun to talk about.
Facts. But basically, if you guys haven't seen the episode where me and Kyron talked about gun control, I mean, me and Kyron believe that the right to bear arms is good and should continue to be a right. You know what I'm saying? And we don't think that that is gun control is a solution to that type of problem. And there's another area people aren't really looking at, and that's sort of the main thing. I don't know if you want to add to that, Kyron, or
Yeah, definitely gun control isn't the main problem.
it's
It's
the solution, not the solution.
yeah, it's not the solution because all you're gonna do is just take guns out of like good people's hands, and you know what I mean. Bad people are just gonna be like, oh fuck, well they changed the law, so I'm gonna be a good person all of a sudden, and fucking give away my guns. Like, man, they're not gonna do that shit. And so now all the good people are gunless, and bad people are fucking still strapped to the teeth.
So yeah, they've heard it. They've heard it.
what is your stance on gun control,
Okay.
Luka?
So pretty much, America, we're too far gone. We got too many guns. I believe that we should start like modern, like kind of soon, assault rifle bans because there's already too many in circulation. There's more guns in America than people, and
Why do you think that's a bad thing?
because it's so accessible.
No,
and
but think
it's
about this.
so-
Knives are accessible too, and there's not that many stabbings in America.
Yeah.
And if you go to the UK, there's no guns there. There's fucking stabbings on the daily.
Okay, but how many like mass stabbings are there?
And think about this.
UK?
Think about if you're gonna be.
Do you know that
No,
more?
no, but think about this. It happens so often. If you're outside and you have an expensive watch on, right? And someone were to come and rob you. In America, they're gonna come up to you with a gun, and you're gonna be fucking scared shitless, and you're gonna give them the watch. You're gonna give me the fucking watch, bitch. You're gonna give them the watch, and
Shit,
you-
I'm fucking hot as shit.
You're hot as shit.
Fucking dying over here, bro. Oh, fuck.
You've been drinking water, Kyron?
Yeah, bro.
Gotta stay hydrated. Leave that on the fucking door, Kyron. Leave that on the door. Why do you move that bottom piece? You can leave that in the same spot that it was. No, put it back where you moved it from. There you go.
Well, it's just like
What was I talking about?
gun control and knives and
Yeah, bro. It's like they literally walk up to you. They walk up to you, and in America, they may not shoot you because they already have the shit they can run off. Plus, gunshots are loud and shit. The gun is already intimidating enough. In the UK, bro, they literally go up to you and they fucking stab you before you can even turn around, and then they just take everything off your body.
But
They
it's
don't give
just
you a
different.
chance. They
It's
don't
like-
give you a chance to give you your shit.
But it's just different. Like in America, like guns are used in different ways. Like it might someone like okay in America, in 2022, more kids have died in school than cops have died on like wild duty. Like it is so much easier to walk into a school with a gun and shoot 20 kids than it is to walk into a school and stab 20 kids.
But that has nothing to do with the guns.
Has everything to do with the guns. Like, okay, explain to me why can't...
Bombs exist, and you could ban bombs, but people know how to make bombs. People can make bombs and blow up schools.
okay, people have tried that. Like, it's, I mean, yeah, you can.
There's always going to be a way for
guns are
humans.
banned in Japan, and
think about
someone
this.
made a gun to kill the prime minister.
There
but it's
will
like,
always be a way for humans to harm each other. The solution is making it where we either can't or we don't want to. So in a school, I think we should focus on both, because this is very simple. We need to make it where people can't harm our children.
How do we do that?
Well, and then this is the second thing. We need to make it where people don't want to harm our children. So the first one is a physical thing, making it where people can't harm the children. The second one is a mental thing, making it where people don't want to. So the first one I'll touch on first. Making it where people can't harm our children, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to fucking school, right? And this is my one problem with schools, and I've talked about it in many podcasts, but it's literally set up like a fucking prison. Schools are set up with the hallway in there, it's set up like a prison. So I think we should, beyond changing all the way schools are structured, like the inside, like the way it's designed, classrooms, all that shit. Like, I think the inside and all the ways classrooms are teach, all that should be different. But the outside, it should be like a very secure, like you look at the president, the fucking White House, how secure, locked down that shit is. Why are schools not that secure?
Because we don't have funds to do that. And also, it's proven that, like, school resource officers, like cops in schools, don't help. Like, the first person out of Parkland was the cop. The first person out of Uvalde was the cop. The cops took an hour to respond in Uvalde. Like,
Well, that's
it
an
doesn't
issue
matter
because
if-
the same people that saying we should defund, the same people saying gun control is the answer, saying we should defund the police. And if you look at LA, exactly
Bro,
what happened
everyone's fucking.
is not.
This is the stupidest part about, like.
Look at LA. The cops won't do anything. The cops aren't doing anything, and it's because they defunded the shit out of the cops. They're too afraid to do anything because they'll get in trouble, and there's no money. There's no money. They're not getting paid enough. They're not getting paid enough to do shit. People want to defund the police, but then they want them to do a good job and save their life, and it's like, bruh. And then they want to ban guns, and it's like, so you want to ban guns and put the police in charge of saving our lives, and we're
No,
defenseless.
banning guns goes along with de-arming the police. Like, if you're de-arming the working class, you are also, you need
So
to
you
gradually
think
de-arm
the
the
police should be de-armed as well?
Yeah, if you're taking away more guns from
So
normal
who's gonna
people-
fight against the bad guys?
Well, that stops, like, a military state being made, like, where it's like Australia, or like where, well, Australia isn't a military state. That is a stupid
A military state wouldn't use cops; they would use military.
But it's like, okay,
It wouldn't be police.
but it's like,
There's different levels of all that
I
shit.
know. But, like, the way that, if less Americans have
What
guns,
you're saying
yes,
is
less
insane.
cops need
What you're
guns.
saying is insane.
How?
If the police were de-armed, crime rates would fucking skyrocket.
I'm not saying de-arm all of them.
In America,
I'm just saying if less
would
Americans
literally-
have guns,
America would literally
less-
become a fucking war ground.
No, it wouldn't. No, it would not. If
It would become
it
like
would
LA.
become so much better.
It'd become like
No,
LA.
you know how many OSCD countries, like, how many of them have had mass shootings, like, ever? It's like 10 in the past, like,
Can you just turn that off? My
Yeah.
bad.
it's like 10 in, like, the past 20 years. The amount in America, like, mass shootings with fatalities is like 317. Like,
But saying all this stats, saying this and that, it's just not the point. You need to listen to what I'm saying.
but why? Okay, it's like, it's not
Make
a
it where
one-to-one
they can't-
comparison, but it's about as close as you can get. Like, you can't say, oh, what if there was an America too and they didn't have guns, then we could see how it works out, because it doesn't work like that.
No,
There isn't
it
an
has-
America too,
It
but
has nothing to do with the guns. It has nothing to do with the guns. Humans won't always be able to harm each other. Is the two things I said. You got to make it where people cannot harm the children. Make it where, and this isn't impossible. This isn't possible. We just have to make America better. We have to, in order. X said this perfectly. X was a fucking genius, and he said, in order to create, you must destroy. And we have a shit government. Everything's set up shit. The taxes, everyone pays hell fucking taxes, and it doesn't go towards shit that we actually want to. And so that's the problem, because the money is there. The money is there. It's just not being spent on what we want it to. So the money can be spent on making schools better. The money could be spent on making schools more like making the windows bulletproof, making
it could. And
whatever.
you know how you do that? You take the billions of dollars that police get a year and you transfer some of it over to schools, because that's how it works right now. That's what's happening right now. That's like what, like, whenever if I say defund the police, I don't mean no police department. I don't say that.
Nope. No,
I mean,
people aren't thinking about
we need
this.
to redirect money from because do you know how much the average American police department gets a year? It's like $700 million. Like maybe even like most of them are in the billions, and like schools get like half of that. And it's like, what do police need extra fucking tanks for whenever they're using them once a year?
Police don't need tanks. They need funding for training to make them better fucking cops. The money needs to go towards the training. I'm not saying they should get paid a shit ton. I'm saying that they need to go through extensive training, much more training. It needs to cover much more than physical stuff. It needs to cover a lot of shit. And I think there should be different types of cops. Don't think it should all be on one person that covers all these different things. There should be cops that are specialized in different stuff, but are still on the same level. People are like, oh, there's the FBI. And no, it's different. It's different. It's different. Because cops they have so many different things in their job duty versus if you were to compare them to like the people in the IMSA or the people in fire trucks. And so what I'm saying is, and no, that is a terrible idea to take the cop money and give it to schools. Weed needs to be federally legalized, and all of the tax money that comes from that goes directly to schools. No, people don't think about this.
I know it makes so much money. I agree with you on
cities, not countries. I'm fucking retarded. I'm a stoner, but I know the difference. States in America that have legalized weed for medical or recreational use or both and have taxes make a shit ton of money. In most states, that tax money goes to schools. So imagine that money along with federal fucking taxes. All this money goes towards public schooling. So Kyron's back. Are you good, bro?
Bro, it's so fucking hot, dog. I was getting lightheaded as shit.
You need to stay hydrated. You haven't been drinking much water.
Kyron's back.
But
back in it again.
so once you get in the frame, bro, listen to this, dog. You gotta start recording on the mic. But listen to this, bro. Luka thinks that the police, not only human like citizens, but the police should be dearmed.
Not completely, but yeah, if I'm saying it's hand in hand. No,
What do you
I'm not
think about
saying
that,
that
Kyron?
only police.
Because I've been sitting here arguing with him this whole time.
No, I'm not saying that only
Say
police
something.
need to be dearmed. I'm not saying only police need to be dearmed. I'm saying that it needs to be hand in hand. I mean, everyone needs gun control. Police are normal citizens too. It's like, if you're gonna have gun control on normal Americans, which we should have, like, gun control does not, like, in America we are too far gone. It is too far to be like, okay, everyone give us your guns. Like, we can't do that. Like, we are, that's where, like,
That
a
would
war
be,
will break out.
yeah.
But what we could do is stop selling ARs or very heavy assault rifles and stuff, and stop getting them in circulation, because there are so many in circulation already. Or make it to where it is way harder to get that gun. Like how Switzerland has guns. Switzerland has guns, but they have so much less gun violence than America. Like, they have their gun, like, they have guns. You are allowed to have guns in Switzerland. But just the laws are super different, where it's like, you have to pay a tax to own a gun. I think it should be like that in America, where it's like, if you are owning a gun, you should be paying a tax on it, because,
I mean, you do pay taxes whenever you buy a gun.
I mean, yeah, but like,
The right to bear arms.
If you
is
wanna-
the right to bear arms.
Okay.
And it's not going
but
anywhere.
that's so outdated.
But look,
There's
it's
so
not
many.
fucking outdated.
Wait,
It was
check this out.
1776, dog. That is a long time ago.
Check this out though. So if we went on your scenario, nobody had guns, right?
Christianity's old.
I'm not saying
Christianity
nobody.
is outdated.
And a lot of it is
Christianity
fucked up.
By your logic, anything that is old is outdated.
Yeah, and in Christianity,
Slavery was bad and it's outdated. But there are
Yeah, that's why
things
we got
from
rid of it.
No, but think about this.
That's why we got rid of it.
Listen to me. Let me speak.
slavery
Let
is
me speak, let me
outdated.
speak.
Or Christianity's outdated. That's why they had a fucking New Testament instead of the old
But
one.
let me speak.
Like, there's
Let me speak.
homosexuality is banned
Let
in the
me
fucking
speak.
Bible,
Let me
and
speak.
they have cleared that up now. Like,
There are things
gay
from
marriage
the
is
past.
allowed now. Like, we realize that the wrongs of the old days
yes,
are better now.
But not everything. You can't just generalize that. There are things from the past, a lot of things that were done very wrong because we didn't, like slavery and all this different stuff, right? The way we treat women, everything, right? But that doesn't mean that every single belief system and way of life and everything, not everything was done wrong. There are literally so many things that we still do the exact same way that we did hundreds and hundreds of years ago. Cooking food, same way, starting fires, camping, doing all these different things.
Okay, those are fucking essentials.
But
Those are like.
Alright, check
But
this out.
I'm just saying this. Let me finish.
It's like, yeah, no shit, we still start fires. Like,
But
we
I'm
wouldn't
just
have
saying,
literally everything we have right
religion,
now without fire.
religions have been practiced in Asian cultures and different cultures for thousands and thousands of years. There's so many different things that have passed the test of time. So you can't just say, you can't just say,
Hey, one mic at a time. One mic at a
you
time.
can't just say that because this is happening now with weapons, and it has never happened out of the history of America, and there's been so much gun violence, that you can't just say that the right to bear arms is outdated because of that. It has nothing to do with that. Freedom of speech. Do you think freedom of speech is outdated?
No. Because it's a. Okay, same thing how you were saying that some things are good, other things are fucking bad, and that's why we need time.
But that's
some
the
things
confusion.
work, and some
That's the
things don't
confusion
work.
there.
And
You're confused. Is the right to bear arms
the right to bear arms
is
is
right.
outdated, but
is.
it's outdated. It's the same thing as the fucking, like, what the Emancipation Proclamation fixed to not have slaves. Like, it's outdated.
How is forcing other humans to work for you against their will because of their skin
I'm not
color
saying it's
and
equal.
owning a weapon?
I'm not saying
a
it's
tool.
equal. I'm saying
How is that comparable?
I'm not saying it's equal. I'm just saying that they are both outdated principles. Because guess what?
But explain to me.
The reason that we have the right to bear arms is because we are scared of like a militia coming over. Who gives a fuck anymore?
No.
America has the biggest army ever. We
No,
got the
it's
biggest
about balance. Listen to this.
If
Because
the
you didn't pay
government
attention
tried
in
to
history
throw us
class. Let me
over-
say something. It's about no.
Because if the
It
government
has
tried
nothing
to-
to do because they can't and they never will because of the right to bear arms. In history class, America was built on balance. You have the president, and then you have the Senate and the House and all the different like things. I don't know all the names. I didn't pay that much attention in history class, but I did remember that. It's all about balance and the scale and shit and the justice scale or whatever. But think about this, all right? You have the government, and then you have the people. If the people are armed, even if it's just sitting in their fucking closet collecting dust, and they never even load it and shoot it, the fact that the people are armed creates a balance where it's just like the same reason. Let me speak. I know you want to say something, and I'll give you so much time to talk because this is your episode. But let me just get this out. The same reason that every fucking country has nukes pointed at each other, ready to launch and destroy Earth, but they will never launch because we would all fucking die, and it creates a perfect balance of neutral self-destruction. If the government tries to fuck with us, we'll fuck with them.
But they don't want to fuck with us. That's
Because
the thing.
we have the right to bear arms. That's why.
No,
Because they
that's
can't,
not
and they
why.
never will.
Can I intervene real fast?
Is that not? Do you not understand my argument?
Can I-
That is a
No,
very,
I do understand.
Can
your
I intervene real fast?
Go ahead.
I want to ask you a question. So, if we're just going completely based off of what you're saying, that people shouldn't, everyone as in cops, civilians, well, except for our military, those are the only people that are allowed to have guns. That's what you're saying?
No.
Who should have guns?
I mean, in a perfect world, no one, because...
Well, like, no, I'm just asking a specific question. So, who should have guns? I'm just trying
I mean, okay, the reason our military, yeah, sure, we don't want them to take away the guns from the American people killing the kids in our schools, we want them to kill the kids in fucking Afghanistan instead. Like, I don't know, it's a lose-lose, the world fucking sucks, like...
But, in your opinion, who should have guns?
I think people shouldn't have guns. I think that very specific parts of cops should have guns.
Okay.
If there were no guns, then that wouldn't be necessary, but that's
So you think
too
all
far
together
gone.
there should be no guns?
Like, I mean,
Okay.
yeah, okay, I think, like, in a perfect world. In a perfect world.
Let me bring up one thing though,
Alright, one thing.
which is a little bit different, a different perspective, where people say, you know, cheerleading isn't a sport, and people can debate that, but it is classified as a sport, right? And a lot of females, and not just females, will argue that it is a fucking sport. And
hunting is considered a sport.
Okay, but no one uses a fucking hunting rifle to shoot up a school. That's the difference.
Alright.
No one's walking in there like it's fucking Fortnite, reloading after every shot and like shooting up 20
People
kids.
don't just hunt with hunting rifles.
If you're hunting
Just
with like
because it's
an
called
AR,
a hunting rifle.
if you're hunting with like an AR-15, you're a bad hunter. It shreds me.
Now
It
we're
explodes
getting a
me.
little off track. Was that your point?
I was just
It
bringing
would
that up.
explode the deer. Like if you shot a deer with an AR-15, it would
Some
explode.
people do that. Take a trip to Texas, brother.
On YouTube
I
and shit.
know. And
In Texas, you can blow shit up legally, and I think that is a good thing. And Americans should be allowed to fucking blow up a pile of trash in their fucking 200 acres of land that they own in
As long as it's
Texas.
not ruining
If they want to, as long as,
exactly.
they're
As long as it's
bothering
not
anyone.
ruining anybody, but that's the problem.
Let's say,
Is that like you can't?
but
it's-
most people have
It's
guns.
very hard to.
Most
go-
people have guns, and it just sits in their fucking house, and it never will kills a single human.
Yeah,
being.
okay, so then why isn't like I agree with you. Most people that have guns don't give a shit.
So
But
why?
the problem,
what about them?
the reason that I think that we should restrict it is because there are the fucking bad people. Bad people do exist. And there's nothing we can do to fix that, but there are things that we can do to fix guns. There are like legislations that
Okay.
That's where you
How do we
went
fix
wrong.
the people?
That's where you went
How do we
wrong.
fix the people?
Bad people do exist, and we can't do that. But that was the two things. This is the two things I was saying when you walked out. These are the two things. It's just, with this specific thing. These are the two things. We got to make it where people can't harm our children, and make it where people don't want to harm our children. The first one is a physical thing, and the second one is a mental thing. And they're two very complex things. They have a bunch of things preventing it from why that isn't the case now. But they're two very possible things. And with those two things, that is how you prevent it. Well, guns have nothing to do with this.
Okay, but it's like one thing. Why would you focus? Imagine if you just fell off of a cliff and you broke your neck and your leg, and like if you fall or like I don't
Can I
know.
ask you a question real fast? Can I
Yeah.
ask you a question? Okay. So, like I was saying earlier, we're going based off of your logic, you know what I mean? No one should have guns and shit, and a certain type of cop should have guns. So let's say you're chilling in your crib, you're smoking some dope, a bunch of robbers come in with high-powered AR-15s that they've gotten from the black market, the dark web, which everyone knows that's been available, you know what I mean? And that's usually how people get guns shipped in and shit. And they're coming to rob you in your house.
Okay, but like
So what do you I'm just asking these questions. Here.
okay,
What
yeah,
do
you
you
don't
think?
do shit in that scenario, but like in somewhere I said no one has guns, but like in somewhere like Australia where guns aren't even available, you can't even ship them there. That is the scenario. The robbers don't even have the guns. They like can't get the guns to do that. And in somewhere like Switzerland, the robbers aren't motivated by that because they know how much money they have to pay for that gun, to own that gun. It's like in America to own like a tank, to own a rocket launcher, to own a machine gun, you have to pay a tax on that because you have to be very dedicated to shooting that weapon.
Unless you get a dirty gun.
Yeah, but like
Look, I'm just saying this. Like
no, I agree, and that is why I'm saying that. That's okay. That is what I've been saying the whole time. Is that
If you
America
put a
is so
restriction,
far gone.
if you put a restriction on guns,
Okay,
And
but
it
why
makes
are
it-
so many
it
18-year-olds
makes it-
shooting up schools?
No.
Because it's so accessible. Because it's so easy. Why do you never see any like 25-year-olds shooting up schools? It's because it's
that's a good
so
point.
easy.
And if you look at it like that, you could almost blame the parents because they were irresponsible with their guns. They didn't have them locked up in a safe.
it's
No.
the parenting.
No,
I mean, it's
Uvalde-
also the parenting.
Uvalde legally bought guns. Parkland legally bought guns. Buffalo
Yeah, they
legally
legally
bought
bought them.
guns.
A lot of them, some
A
of
lot
them
of
were
them
the
legally
parents'
bought.
guns, but a lot of them were. They
Unless
legally
they're
bought
like
them.
12, like in fucking
But this is the
Oxford,
thing.
then yeah,
This
they
is the
don't
thing.
buy them. But no, a lot of the
They
people
legally
legally
bought
buy their
'em.
guns. In fucking the 4th of July parade shooting in Chicago, that was a legally bought
They
gun.
legally bought them because they never committed any crimes before. But think about that. You're a fucking young kid that's our age, and you've never done anything, you've never killed a single person, and then you just wait till you're 18, and then you go buy a gun, and you kill a bunch of kids at a school. That is, they were not raised right.
How do you fix that? Like, okay.
They were not raised right. It's in the fucking, they just weren't raised right. Whenever you see a fucking kid that is rude as fuck, you're like, this fucking kid wasn't raised right. Does he fucking talk to his grandma like that? Like, you think shit like that in your head.
it's- The problem.
People that do shit like that weren't raised right.
Okay, the problem is that you.
It's the people.
It's okay.
Problem is the
yes,
people.
yes. But
It's
you
not the
can't
guns.
pass a
Can't blame the
legislation overnight to fucking get everyone fixed. Cool, everyone's raised right now. But you can pass a legislation to make it harder to get a gun. It's
No,
so
no.
easily.
But that's the pussy thing that the left want to do. Is it's such a hard thing, and it's such a deep, difficult thing to talk about and try and come up with a solution to. Of how do we make people better?
How do we fix mental health? How does mental health go
Nobody
away?
wants to talk about that, so they
How
just
does
go,
mental health go away? It's
oh,
because it can't happen.
we're not going to talk about
It's 'cause
that.
it can't
Guns.
happen.
Let's just get rid of guns.
It's because it can't happen. I've tried
fucking
so
throwing in
much
a
shit. I've
goddamn
gone through
pothole.
therapy. I have
throwing in a
psychiatrists. I
pothole.
have done so much shit to try and work on my personal mental health, and I'm not at the point where I'll fucking shoot up a school.
Earth
But
has
still,
been
like someone
here.
at that point can be so far gone, and also just be in a.
Earth has been here for trillions of years, billions of years, or something like that. Humans have only been here for thousands of years, okay?
And we fucked it up so
And it took us a
much.
long time to figure out how to make a fucking calculator. So we're over here trying to say that, oh, this and that. It's like, we don't know if at some point there's going to be a proper way to deal with mental health. Because the reason humans' mental health is so fucked right now is because of the society that we have created.
Okay,
So-
then let's restrict the guns, fix the mental health, and then give the guns.
What
back
does guns
whenever-
have to do with society?
It's just like it's so easy to kill someone with a gun. It's such an obvious problem. It's like, why are there so many school shootings in America? Guns. Why are there so many like street deaths? Guns. Like a lot of the answers are
It's not true.
obvious.
It's not true. Oh, guns. You can't just say it's guns. Not everything
It's
is just
not
black
all
and white.
guns.
Not everything is
It's-
just black and white.
It's
not that
70%.
simple.
No, I agree.
It's not
It's
that simple.
70% the gun though. If they did not have a gun, you could not go in. Kyron, if you walked into a school with
There
a
will
knife,
always be ways.
could you kill 20 kids as easily as if you walked into a school with a gun?
Yes. If you were a grown ass man,
Oh my
you
God.
could walk into a fucking daycare with a bunch of little toddlers with a fucking machete, and you could literally kill 20 little
No, you
little
couldn't.
toddlers.
No, you couldn't.
Slice their
You
fucking
know that
brains
is.
out.
You know that like in China, like people have like hopped fences and like gotten into preschools with like machetes and shit, and like the most that someone's killed, I think, is like 4. Like it's happened. Like I mean,
Well,
it happens other places where guns.
Americans are a
aren't
lot
available.
more ambitious than the Asians.
That's just not true.
I mean, well, shit.
They-
Look at the
I mean,
numbers
China's-
of the fucking-
Look at the numbers. You
I
want
mean,
to keep bringing up the
Chi-
numbers.
China's economy is doing a lot better than ours right now, and their military
because
is a
they
lot bigger
own
than
our
ours.
economy.
I mean,
And the left don't care
our
about that.
economy's also fucked.
Trump
because of
tried
the
to come
war.
in and fix that, and everyone was like, "Oh, fuck Trump, fuck Trump." Your side, the left, they were all like, "Oh, fuck
I'm
Trump,
not
fuck Trump."
a Democrat, by the way.
You are on the left.
I'm not a
The
Democrat.
left supports gun control. You are on the left.
I am more left than I am right. I'm not a Democrat. I don't support Biden. I support Bernie. I think Bernie's great. Bernie's awesome.
I'm neither left or right. Me and Kyron are both just. We believe in the correct shit. So like
I'm a solid like 30%
So, like, on the left,
on the left.
Whoever offers the better.
on on the left,
outcome for society.
they have a bunch of shit wrong and some stuff right, and on the right a bunch of shit right and a bunch of shit wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just sort of in the middle where it's like I know all the shit that is like, oh, okay, this makes sense. This is bullshit.
I disagree. I'd say you're pretty far right.
I'm definitely
Like,
not for it. But
Well, not like super
Federally
far right, but
legalizing
you're
weed-
definitely leaning more right.
federally legalizing weed is not a republic. Like, there's not. On the
Yeah,
right.
but Oklahoma's a red state, and we got fucking weed legalized. A lot of red states have weed legalized. Like, you can enjoy weed even though you're a Republican. I got some friends who are Republicans who like to get high. Like,
Yeah, but that's just your experience. Republicans genuinely do not want to legalize weed.
that's
Federally.
like the stereotypical Republican. That's like the Christian.
Well, when you talk
Republican who
about
thinks
the
it's
left and
wrong.
right, it is. That's how you talk about it. You can't just.
I
bring up-
mean, I would say
your camera overheated, Kyron. We still have that one though,
it's too hot.
on your audio.
I
But no,
felt-
bro.
I felt that.
I think you just don't quite understand what would really happen if what you believe is the solution to all the school shootings. If that actually happened, I don't think you actually truly understand what would happen.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Like, the way that you've put it is just like, I have asked for solutions, or like your side of solutions.
I've given you a
and-
solution. 2-step solution.
Yep, and I have asked for how we do that, and I have gotten nothing.
What?
And
Explain to me what is making schools like a fucking palace.
how do we do that?
But I
Can you
explained it to you by taking tax money that doesn't go into corrupt people's hands and actually directing it into places where it should be spent. And I'm not saying take police funding and give it to schools. I'm saying federally legalize weed. All tax money from marijuana sales goes to public schooling, and then other funding that is put into places that we don't want it to go as taxpayers, that we can all agree on, whether we're on the left or the right. That all goes to schooling. Meanwhile, we're not defunding anyone. We don't have to defund anyone. We can keep funding everyone. What I'm saying is we fucking fix the tax system, because people are taking advantage of our corrupt tax system. If we fix that, that's the first step that's the first partial
Okay,
step.
but how do you?
But listen to me.
How do you?
Is
How
that
do you
nothing?
fix
Is-
the entire tax system? How do you fix the entire tax system, which is corrupt?
Slowly,
Whenever the
like what Ed
politicians
said.
at the top.
To create, you must destroy.
Yeah, but how do you destroy the entire political system that has already been set in place above us?
Well,
like,
you don't ban guns, that's for sure.
Well, like,
You
what
know
are we
I'm
gonna
saying?
do?
You don't fucking ban guns.
what are we gonna
You
do
don't
against
fucking
it?
ban
Are we
guns.
gonna fucking
If you
rush
want
the
to fix
Capitol
America,
and
you
turn
don't want
over
to
a
take
new-
away our power.
Are we
Or let-
gonna rush the Capitol and turn over a new president? No!
No.
There are so many more fucking military. Like, okay, yes, we have a lot of
We are
guns.
going to come together. People are all gonna realize that the internet is all just distracting us, all the social media, and they're gonna realize that the media platforms are all trying to divide us, and people are gonna all realize that they all sort of kind of agree on shit. They all want kids to be safe. They all want America to be a good place. They all have common goals that they can agree upon. It's just the media that has tricked everyone into being so against each other. And people will slowly come together, and the right, correct people will slowly start to be voted into office, and stuff will slowly change. In America, in history class, things have become corrupt, then they have changed, and it has happened slowly. Things don't just happen like that. TikTok has made us think, oh, everything has to happen fast. No, shit happens over hundreds of years. The 13 colonies, those motherfuckers were sitting there in wood cabins with no electricity for years before they expanded over into the Indian territory. It's like, bro, those motherfuckers, that shit happens slow as fuck. And it's like, bro, shit does not happen fast. And what I'm saying is a ultimate solution to a problem that is bigger than just a physical thing. It is bigger than just this fucking gun or this or that. No, it is a problem that's happening that is a product of our society that we've created. And if we really want to fix it, we need to think really deep. And it's two main steps that have a bunch of mini steps inside of them. So I've covered the physical aspect of it. Taxes fixed, government fixed, funding fixed, schools fixed, slowly. All right. All that happens slowly. Then, and this isn't on some Andrew Tate shit, because what I'm saying is something that everyone would want. Everyone will want schools to be better. Everyone will want tax money to go to what they want to. This isn't some, oh, females don't have rights. No, it's not any of that shit. This is shit that everyone agrees upon. The second thing, what's the second thing? So the first thing, make it where people can't hurt our children. Second thing, make it where people don't want to hurt our children. We have to figure out why the fuck are these fucking kids that have never committed a crime before going out and murdering a bunch of kids. And we need to do that by not just saying, oh, guns are the problem, and actually studying the fucking mind of these individuals, figuring out shit, put funding into this shit, and have smart people figure some shit out. And with technology in the future, and with time is what I'm saying, time should happen slowly, we figure out a way to make it where people are raised where they do not want to go and kill a bunch of kids. Because people are not being raised right. Because people are not being raised right in this fucking shitty society that we have created. And we are allowing, we are just, okay, whatever. We're living on. We're sitting here smoking weed. People sit there and smoke weed. They go to work. And they don't think about the fact that there's people fucking homeless. And there's billions of dollars donated to help the homeless. With all that money, you could build them all a fucking house if you want to, but it doesn't go to them. So
See,
it's like, bro, I could go on for hours on this shit.
I do see a problem with going with the household, because the government, you don't want them controlling how you're gonna raise your kids. You know what I'm saying?
I don't. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay, and so I think
I'm saying we fix the society so people that grow up in this society don't raise their kids to be so fucked up. We can't focus on the fucking.
But we're trying to do that.
You can't focus on the. No, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not. Because the left are allowing 12-year-old kids to go through hormone treatments and start taking shit to fuck with their development, just because the little kids like, mommy, I'm a little girl.
I mean,
like,
shit, what does it matter?
when
My
I-
sister
no.
became a lesbian at age 13.
When I was
and
a little
she
kid-
believed that. Like, she had had a boyfriend her
When
whole
I was a
life.
little kid, I put my mom's makeup on. I wore a fucking dress when I was like fucking 11, 12, 10 years old. I am a straight male. It's just dumb shit that you do as a kid. But people are fucking with the heads of kids because of how our society is. So you can't say that our society is good now, oh, we're doing that now. No. We actually have to fix shit where people, because that's why the school shootings are happening. People are growing up in a society where they want to go do this shit. And you can't say that, oh, guns is the better solution, when if you have a society that we create with time and we fix with time, where people are raised correctly. It's not government regulation. It has nothing to do with that. It's just about social standards, how the society works, what is socially acceptable and what isn't.
And it all starts with the schools. That's the point that I was going to get at.
It starts with the schools and it starts with the families.
I mean, yeah, but how would they go about it?
We need to, in the media, families are portrayed. This is something that we need to think about. Back in the day, the family was supposed to be raised internally. Obviously, you go to school every day, but you have the father, and this is one thing that Andrew Tate said that I actually agreed with, which is you have the father and you have his belief systems, which any woman, in generally speaking, normally sort of, if not they already agree with the man's belief systems, sort of adopt them over time, especially at the point of marriage once you have kids. The husband and wife generally have similar belief systems, and it normally stems from the husband. This is all generally speaking, right? And then you have the kids, and that is all morphed down into the child's growing up, right? You have their belief systems stemming down from father, mother, child. So the father's working, right? And this is how families have always been historically brought up, right? This is in my opinion, right? The father's working and the mother is raising the children at home, right? While they're not at school.
Yeah.
So that's how the belief system's transferred. But how our society has morphed into is the mother works just as much as the father. And so both of the parents are constantly gone, and the child's always at school, working at school. And then the schools turn their kids against their parents. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, though, you really need to think deeply.
No, I do understand what you're saying, but it's like the reason that you can't have
They have
that
made it where
anymore
we're
is because of inflation. It's because a car used to be a lot cheaper. Everything used to be a lot cheaper back then. So a husband could afford to just be the only one working and stuff like that. And I mean, it is still possible today if someone is like really
making money.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's just like I feel like, and I agree with like everything that you're saying, like, or a lot of the stuff that you're saying, where it's just like
it's shit that most people would.
it is. Yeah, it's stuff that most people would want. Like, it's pretty much just saying like, let's have world peace.
Right.
But like, there is a joke.
It's not a crazy. I'm not a crazy person
Is a
saying
joke.
that. No,
World
it's not.
peace
It's
is
not
a joke.
I'm not
You know
saying
how-
I
yes,
want world
it
peace,
is.
but I'm saying you can make that an ultimate goal. My ultimate goal, me and Kyron's ultimate goal, is fucking achieving greatness on YouTube. And a lot of people look at that and they're like, oh, that's impossible. Only a select percentage of people are ever able to achieve that. But we're like, we are going to achieve this because this is our ultimate goal, and we're going to keep trying to achieve it until we achieve it. If we set our societal goal as world peace, which is impossible currently, wouldn't we constantly be working and moving towards a state of world peace where the future, it could become possible 1,000 years from now? If we, 2,000 years from now, 50,000 years from now, if humans become a multi-planet species and we live on and we get better and better and better and better and better, why not have that as a goal of world peace? And that's not a crazy thing to have a goal as, because there's so many different things you can work towards, like fixing mental health, making it harder for people to fucking go and kill a bunch of little kids, making it insanely difficult. Like, you can literally, I saw a video on TikTok today, this fucking dude on a bike, on a BMX bike, went up to a school and the front door was locked. He clicked the buzzer, they unlocked it. And he had a whole helmet on and everything with the GoPro and shit. He didn't go to this school. They buzz it, he opens the door, and then he just starts riding through the school on the bike for the TikTok video. They just let him in school. So it's like, we can't say, oh, bro, anyone can walk to a fucking school nowadays. And it's like, if we make it where, I'm not saying school should be like a prison, but I'm saying school, because schools are already set up like a prison. I'm saying they need to be like a fucking palace. If you're fucking Drake, you can't just walk into his fucking house and shoot him. Can you? Can you? Can you do that to Kanye? No. Can you do that to Kanye's family? Can you do that to... No, you can't do that. So why not make a school the same way? The tax money that they have to use with, to deal with, if it actually went to schools, that's more money than Kanye or Kendrick combined have ever seen in their life. And that's not saying they're broke. That's just tax money. There's a lot of fucking tax money. There's a lot of fucking people that pay taxes. People don't understand how much fucking money there is, so they throw this much money, and we're like, oh, $5 million to Tulsa public schools, that's a lot of money. It's not shit. It's not shit. It's not shit. Each state, they could give, like, I don't know. I don't fucking know.
A couple mil.
$100 million to every school.
But you know what make it so, like,
It's like, bro, I don't
it's
know.
easy to get into schools. So the problem is, what if you just, like, didn't have a gun whenever it was easy to get into the school? Problem
But if you
solved.
couldn't get into the school, then people couldn't get into guns anyway.
See,
Nobody
like,
could get. You can't get into school if you're
you
not.
say
you
that
don't
the
belong there.
goal is protecting the children, but, like, so many kids would die along the way of your plan trying to go through of, like, mental health happening over the next, like, however many thousands of years versus, like, imagine, okay, let's say that
People die.
let's say that we ban guns.
People die.
Let's say that we ban guns.
Humans
Yeah, no, I agree.
die.
I agree. And
Every single human being will
Yep.
die.
Yep, I do agree with you.
And
on
we should
that.
not change laws just because a bunch of people are killing a bunch of people. There have been wars and so many different things over all of these different things.
And we have changed laws because of that. That's why there's the Geneva Convention, because
Exactly.
we realized that things were wrong, and that's why we added rules.
There are a
to
lot of
wars.
things we should change that I have talked about. It
Okay,
has
but
nothing to
if
do with
we-
guns. It has nothing to do with guns. It has to do with physical and mental. Making schools fortresses and
Let's
making
say
mental
this,
health
though.
a fucking
What if
number
we-
one priority.
What if we took away guns now, and then whenever we're all little good boys and we have all become
Who's going to give them back?
great physical,
Who's going to
and
allow
mental,
that to give them back?
We can just have them back whenever we
Oh,
all
So
we
you're
just have
saying
that.
raise the age limit or some shit?
Yeah, that would be nice. Maybe make it more extensive background check, so it's not just like, oh, I want a gun. Okay, let me check your criminal record. It's chill.
See, extended background checks are fine. Raising the age limit, no. If they raised the age limit on nicotine, that was stupid as fuck.
They
That's-
raised the. I mean, at least in Oklahoma, the age limit to get a pistol is 21.
Also, the reason they raise the age limit on nicotine is because it kills people. So, like, also kind of valid. Guns. I don't know. It's just like,
I think I mean, we've been going for an hour and a half. I feel like, bro, we just don't agree on this topic. But that's why this has been a really good conversation. I mean,
no,
this
it's been a great
is our
call.
longest episode we've ever had.
I'm glad to make it a good pod.
I mean, I feel like just to sort of close it out,
You
the
guys
topic
have
out.
to agree to disagree.
No, I completely,
we
like,
can agree to disagree. Like,
no, I mean, like,
whatever
I
it is.
agree around your central point of, like,
But I
you
believe.
gotta make everything
I was just
better.
wanting to say, I believe with time and with age and experience, Luka will one day wrap around to me and Kyron's viewpoints.
Just
I
blast
highly
them with
doubt
the
that.
wisdom.
You
No,
I
I
doubt now,
completely doubt that.
but it's on camera now, and we'll come back to it in 10, 20 years, because I'll still know you. We'll keep in touch. You know.
And, you know, I sadly, I don't think that you'll come over to my side, and I honestly think I'll stay on my side.
Well, we're going to have guns forever, so I don't think anyone's ever going to be moving.
I'm
on
gonna have
to
a lot of guns too.
I do. America doesn't give a fuck about anything, so they're not gonna pass
So,
a
like,
lot of ban
Wait,
guns.
quick question: would you? So you won't buy a gun?
No, I'm mentally unstable technically, and like if I ever got super depressed and felt the urge to kill myself, which I am stable now, but like has happened in the past, and if a situation ever happens,
You
like
just don't want to take the risk.
a gun is the easiest way to do that. Like that's another problem with guns, just like accessibility. But
What's your opinion on religion?
I'm an atheist, but you can believe whatever you want.
Do
It's
you
chill.
believe it? So you don't believe in any higher power?
I mean, I live my life off of karma standards. It's like
Karma?
If you
So
do
I
some
got
bad
tatted right
shit,
here on my livers.
it's like if you do some
Symbol for karma.
bad shit will happen to you. If you do some good shit will happen to you. I don't think that the world really works like that because some bad shit have done some bad, or some bad people have done some bad shit to me, and it's just they've lived their life. But also, I just like to think that way because you know, if you do nice things to people, Yeah, people do nice things back, hopefully.
So how do you think everything exists?
Big Bang. Just
Really?
Universe, just
So
bunch of,
scientific type.
a bunch of atoms, just far
Well-
apart, create a bunch of gas, boom, create a bunch of space.
But what created that?
Heat,
What created the heat?
just nothingness. I don't know, there's probably a universe before
Impossible.
ours. Whenever ours dies, it'll
I
it'll be
think,
the same thing.
and I think that this is a belief system that inevitably, if humans do evolve into like a peaceful world, not world peace, but just a peaceful world, more civilized and all more connected, in good
Just
ways,
taken down.
right? I think that science, along with every single religion, have a bunch of things right. And it's like a giant fucking puzzle piece where people just go off Christianity or they just go off science or they just go off one thing. But you put the puzzles together and you take all these things that are different in all these different religions and in science, because they all sort of connect in different parts, different ways if you study it. It's one giant puzzle. And, like, I feel like the Big Bang, it's the perfect example of, it's like, you could talk to the smartest fucking scientist or anyone, and it's like, you just keep going back. It's like, all right, what caused that? Okay, well, what caused that? What caused... At some point, something had to be created. That's how this universe works. That's how the laws of physics and everything work, and space and everything else. So if there's nothing, it can't become something without someone doing something
But also,
or something happening.
I don't know, how does someone get there? Like,
Well, but
I don't know.
it may not be someone. It could be.
you could
like,
do that
we
for
could be
everything
fucking in a simulation.
infinitely. It's so weird.
The simulation.
I mean, yeah, but then
We
like who
created
created the
the
simulation?
simulation,
Yeah, you can do that with everything. It's like,
But like that's the thing is like I feel like nobody truly understands, like, and like nothing has actually gotten it right. Like science, none of Christianity, none of it. But
I think
it's-
science is definitely how humans became humans. And
I mean, they all have a bunch of very similar things, and you put the puzzles together, put the pieces together, and that's you have it right there. And I feel like over time, with time, like I'm saying, we will eventually figure it out. People will eventually put the fucking jigsaw puzzle together, and we're gonna be able to see how what God represents in the Bible, because God it's symbolism, it represents something, and God could be the Big Bang Theory. That's what God. Maybe whatever caused the Big Bang Theory could be what God is, and it could symbolize some sort of something. And like we don't fucking know. Like everything is connecting in some sort of way that we can't even slightly comprehend now.
You wanna know my theory?
But with time, we'll figure it out.
I think something great's gonna happen. Not even great, but something like really fucking huge is gonna happen. And it's not gonna be a war or fucking humans fighting, but it's gonna be like some type of threat against the planet. Like an actual fucking threat, not like I feel like global warming is like, it's something, but I wouldn't
Definitely.
consider it like a fucking pressing threat. But I feel like something
definitely a threat.
No.
Man.
not
Global
a
warming?
pressing threat.
Global warming. Okay, so the Earth used to be a giant ball of fire. It also used to be a giant ball of ice. The Earth changes. The Earth is warming. Global warming is a thing, but to assume that we are causing it,
We're so causing it.
And
There's
no.
so many.
to assume that we are causing it just because the Earth has changed throughout billions of years, and to assume that it's going to happen fast is an insanely
But there's
early.
so much evidence.
No,
to
there isn't.
prove
There's
that-
not. There's so much evidence to prove the fact that the Earth used to be a ball of fire and it used to be a ball of ice. The Earth changes, and it happens very slowly over thousands and thousands and millions of years. It took millions of years for the Earth to go from a giant ball of ice to like land and shit. All that shit had to dethaw, and then it was all water, and then land formed from volcanoes and shit. That shit took millions of years, dog. That shit took forever. So imagine if humans, because we don't even know, imagine if humans existed back then, and those motherfuckers were sitting there, and this shit was slowly getting colder and colder over thousands of years.
Yeah, but since what we have done to the planet can be proven so easily, it's so proven, where it's like, before we were here, this is the pace that the icebergs were melting. Like, during this amount of time, whenever there weren't as many carbon emissions, this is how they were melting. This is how they're melting now that there are so many carbon emissions. And that is, like, obvious proof that they are heating up, or that the Earth is heating up artificially because of humans, because there's proof to show that before we gave out as many carbon emissions as we do now, the Earth was colder.
Okay, but to say that is a detrimental thing, people don't understand. That fucking ice has been there for millions of years. And it's not just gonna melt just like that. Nothing we can fucking do. We could drop a fucking nuke over there, and it's just gonna destroy the Earth. But like, bro, this fucking ice it's not just gonna melt just like that, bro. It's gonna take a few thousand years for that shit to even...
Yeah, but we can substantially speed that up, and also global
But we
warming
don't even
destroys
know
the
what's
water.
happening yet.
We do know what's happening.
You don't know. We have evidence backed up how many years?
From like 50.
Okay, the
For like
Earth has
50.
existed for billions of years. You can't just say, oh, we know what's
And
happening.
how long have we been advanced people, and how long have humans been around? And okay, if
But we
look at
still
how-
don't know shit. We still don't know shit.
Yeah, but
Alright, fellas.
it's just like the
I
things.
was just trying to make a theory, and this has turned into another agree to disagree situation. And we're like fucking what, almost 2 hours in.
An hour and 40 minutes. I'm telling you, it's just, we have a member of the left, and then we have the free thinkers.
It makes a very interesting.
I'm not a member of the
Yeah,
left.
I'm
Listen,
fucking-
listen, listen.
I am
listen,
not a
listen.
member of
Calm- Just calm
I
down.
am.
It makes an interesting conversation, interesting dynamic. You know what I'm saying? But like I was trying to say before, you guys fucking I kind of just I kind of just sat here and like got stuck for a minute. But now that I'm back, bro, the theory is it's back on the world peace point. Is bro, I think eventually like something like a fucking asteroid or just something great, like something big's gonna fucking happen.
Aliens.
And then eventually, I don't know if that's going to be great if aliens come.
Oh, it won't be
Well,
great, but
It's just something huge is going
That's
to
a whole nother thing. We gotta get you back on the podcast again.
Yeah.
This is a good one.
I'll get back in 4 months.
I say we do an episode with you and like maybe like one of your homies.
I don't know.
You get maybe,
We'll figure it
I don't
out.
know, we'll figure it out. We'll get somebody on. EJ or somebody.
Maybe. All right. That's a fucking solid pod, boys.
Yeah, that shit was solid. But yeah, just to end it, do you want any of your socials linked?
Don't
Shout it out.
fucking use socials. No.
No,
Going into the middle of the woods for 3 months.
for sure. So
Just chilling.
if you want to find his Instagram, you're gonna have to find it. It will not
Yeah.
be linked below.
No.
But yeah, subscribe to Kyron's channel. Subscribe to my channel. And then if you guys are in the Tulsa area and like you either want to come on the podcast or there's people you want us to get on the podcast, the best way to like get a hold of us is the 3 Instagrams that are linked down below. So you got Kyron's Instagram, you got my Instagram, or you got the Stonedknowledge podcast Instagram. We post clips on there. We also have a clips channel on YouTube for the podcast. And then yeah, I've been doing a vlog today.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good ass vlog.
That shit's dropping the day after this video on Thursday at noon Central Standard Time. Stay tuned for that shit. And yeah, you got anything else you want to say, Kyrie?
No, dude. I ain't got nothing else.
Feeling good?
Cool.
Feeling good?
No, I'm feeling good.
It's
Yeah.
a good conversation.
No, it was a good combo. It's
Good
like
combo.
it's what weed does to people, man. It's like now we're just gonna go fucking smoke and like we're chilling now. It's like I can disagree with you about something.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Still fucking chill.
I'd say this is definitely like we had the Lil Q episode. That shit was pretty deep. This shit was deep as fuck. The one with Max was like it was a little more just laid back.
Maxwell.
Yeah, a little more light. Fucking Max. Wow.
Maxwell.
But yeah, I'd say this was a good pod. An hour 40 minutes.
Long pod.
Yeah, say it's a good way to wrap it up. Appreciate you. If you're watching, oh yeah. If we
you're
do
at the
an emoji for every podcast. So if you guys are watching till the end of this podcast, comment what emoji.
You gotta do the cat that's like smirking. He's like little smirking cat emoji.
All right, comment the smirking
It's
cat,
up to no good, man.
and then feedback on this podcast. So I want to know if you guys agree with Luka or if you guys agree with me and Kyron, on like just what points we brought up. If you guys want to like debate in the comments or just agree or disagree with certain people, comment the smirking cat emoji and then just what you guys thought of the pod. And yeah, stay tuned for podcast episode 14.
14.
14?
Coming up.
It's 13, yeah.
Big 14.
On me. Appreciate y'all for watching. Doses.